Well, hello, folks out there in YouTube land. Got a big show lined up for you. Let's get right on into it. All right, folks, we're going to talk about DJ Lagway. Is he injured? There is an issue going on down there in Florida land. Also, the 5 must-watch quarterbacks for next year that I'm the most interested in watching anyway. These guys all, well, at least 4 of the 5 for certain have a chance to win a Heisman. I don't know if the 5th one does because this will be his first season, but all 5 of these are must-watch quarterbacks. And what I won't do is bury the lead. We need to get into whether or not DJ Lagway is dealing with an injury. It said Florida gets concerning DJ Lagway update. It said Napier did not have great news concerning quarterback DJ Lagway. He confirmed that Lagway is dealing with a shoulder injury and has been unable to throw. Pete Nakos from On3 went further and said he would not be surprised if Florida quarterback did not throw all spring. And Nakos was told that the injury would not require surgery and no one wanted to aggravate it at the moment. Now, as you know, DJ's been kind of banged up. Last year, I think what happened was he hurt his shoulder back in the spring and it just kind of aggravated him the whole season, but he was able to play. Of course, he also had the lower leg injury, which we believe is a hamstring, that kept him from really being able to run. It looked like it was going to be way worse when the injury occurred against Georgia. And that was a game that DJ was playing great, and it looked like they were going to beat Georgia at Jacksonville.
How dare you!
And then they had to go to their 3rd-string quarterback, and Georgia made a comeback. And DJ was a 5-star quarterback big time, and he played as a true freshman and had to take over full-time after Graham Mertz tore his ACL in the Tennessee game. And that injury didn't occur when we thought it did, where he was just backpedaling. I believe it was when he went for it on like 3rd and 1. He hurt his leg there, and then he did the back pedal throw, and everybody thought that's when he injured. I think he injured it when he was trying to get that 1 yard. Anyway, DJ is the key to Florida's offense next year and really to their team. When he plays, the rest of the team just plays better. I've seen that happen time and time again with certain quarterbacks. When the entire team believes in a guy, they just raise their play. They give all their effort, and they feel like they can win every game. And when he's not playing, it just gets tough. And the thing is about a shoulder, you just don't know. You know, it can just be kind of a tricky thing. And let's see what else we're hearing about it. I've been digging into this to see if we can find out exactly what's going on. It's hard to really get a lot of detail on injuries these days. Let's see what a Florida YouTuber has to say about it. And this is Buddy Martin, who Florida people know who he is. He's a big-time journalist, award-winning back in the day, and now, most of you don't know who he is up here, but believe me, in Florida, they know exactly who he is. And he's on SEC Sideline Sports Network, and I think they work together, Buddy, and with these 2 channels.
I mean, well, that's the thing. You know, when you're wondering about the shoulder, are you wondering, is it, a throwing issue or a rotator cuff issue, or is it more, obviously, maybe just bumps and bruises in the shoulder or something that's not as mechanical in terms of throwing the football. Now, obviously, he's on a pitch count, as I mentioned before, but you got to wonder what, we don't know the specifics all of what it entails. And if it's something where, obviously he's in the non-contact jersey anyway, he's in the black jersey, but, maybe it's not as severe a situation as strong as we think, but, they said they are going to look into some, medical specialists and so forth and see what the severity is. But as of now, they haven't decided that surgery is an option yet anyway.
Well, boy, you should only have surgery on your young quarterback who's got all kind of potential. He is the future of Florida football right now, and everything he's done. He's such a tremendous young man. We talked about it on the show this weekend, a leader, and he's like a magnet to people. So you wish him all the best. And of course, it's going to be an issue because it's going to be brought up time and time and time again, because your neighbors are going to be asking you about it, and the media is going to be asking about it. It's going to be on all the talk shows, social media. It's not going to go away. So get used to hearing the story about his bum shoulder. So we'll see what happens there, but not the way you want to. Although I thought Billy's press conference, I've listened to all of it. I couldn't go to practice today in Panama City. I thought he was fairly optimistic and positive and cooperative.
Yeah, it sounds like it's kind of up in the air. It may just be a nagging injury that doesn't require surgery, but just gives him grief all the time. And I've had a shoulder problem myself, and sometimes you just can't figure out what it is, and just something you got to deal with. But this is the second injury that he's had that has been nagging, And I think he's still dealing with a lower leg injury, according to Billy Napier. So that hamstring hamstrings are tricky too. I tell you, it's tough when you're trying to play at a super high level like they have to in college football. And then you have these nagging injuries because, it's a hamstring. It can give you trouble anytime. We saw that with Dylan Sampson. He said he was feeling great. He had tweaked it in the Vanderbilt game, and we thought he was going to be fine against Ohio State in the playoff. And the second play, he's out just immediately. And he said he felt great before the game, never felt better. And it's just hamstrings are tricky. And then we lost Dante Thornton to a hamstring like the next play. And then Squirrel White was out the next play. It was like, holy crap.
We got no food. We got no jobs. Our pets' heads are falling off. Okay, just calm down.
I don't think we'd have won the game anyway, but it would have been nice to have our best offensive weapons. Anyway, DJ is the key to this season. If for some reason he's unable to go, they're going to be going with Harrison Bailey, who many UT fans know. He was a quarterback here for a while, and he's been a journeyman. I believe he's been at 4 different schools and had varying results. So that's who they'd be going with. Not a very dynamic quarterback, good arm, not a running quarterback. It would be, he's kind of a game manager type guy. Anyway, that's probably who would back them up, and that would be rough because the rest of the team would probably deflate a little bit. And DJ had nice numbers. I mean, granted, he threw a bunch of interceptions. He was a true freshman. He is a phenomenal athlete. He's got great arm talent. If he can stay healthy, he's going to be probably terrific. So we'll see how it plays out with DJ, but he is dealing with some nagging injuries. That's pretty certain. The next guy that everybody's going to be talking about and want to watch is Arch Manning at Texas. He didn't play a ton last year, but when he did play, it was really good. 939 yards, 9 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, started in 2 games, won both of them. Had to replace Quinn Ewers, who was injured at the time. He's got everything you want, and he can run, which is critical in the SEC. When the play breaks down, he'll take off on you, and he's a big dude. So look for Arch Manning to fight for that Heisman, and he's going to be surrounded by great players, as you can imagine, and I expect him to have a banner season. The next fella on the docket is Lenore Sellers. I've talked a lot about him. The most athletic quarterback in the country. I don't think there's any question at 240 pounds, super fast, strong. He's got a nice arm. It's still fundamentally not real sound, but I tell you what, sometimes he makes throws you're going, dang, that's first-round NFL talent. Then he'll throw an interception. When he's most dangerous, though, is when the play breaks down. Look out. He could run 70 yards on you. You never know. Got $2.7 million in NIL this year. South Carolina is no longer a farm club.
Oh, this is going to get damn ugly right here.
They used to let all their best players go, and it looks like they found their checkbook. 18 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, 600 yards running. Definitely could compete for the Heisman this year. Another must-watch quarterback. Obviously, I got to talk about Nico Iamaleava. He had a real solid redshirt freshman year, 2,600 yards, 19 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, real solid numbers, ran for almost 400 yards, I believe. So he's very much a dual-threat quarterback. He was 215 pounds last year. He's probably going to be around 225, 230 this year, which is an ideal playing weight for somebody 6'6". These tall, gangly type guys take a little longer to grow into their body, but when they do, they can be very dangerous because they can see over the line. And Nico is sudden, which is really rare for a guy his size. Makes him dangerous. We'll probably see him run a little bit more. Tennessee's got a little bit better backup situation they had last year with Gaston Moore, who was a fifth-year guy, but he was a walk-on. So Nico is he's been must-watch since the day he showed up. And lastly, we need to talk about Julian Sayin. He is coming into a pressure cooker at Ohio State. This will be his first season of actually playing. It looks like he's probably going to be the starter. He was a 5-star, number 1 quarterback, went to Alabama. Then Nick Saban announced his retirement. He transfers out along with Caleb Downs. Ohio State raided Alabama.
Hey, this is going to be a great year.
Along with some other teams. And it worked out really good for him. The Caleb Downs pickup was huge. Changed their defense. It was already really good. You put Caleb Downs back there, and it was ridiculous. And then, of course, they picked up their number 1 quarterback in Julian Sayin. He's a guy that is multi-talented. He's pretty athletic. He'll surprise you. He can take off and run. He's pretty darn accurate. He's got a brand new offensive coordinator, brand new defensive coordinator. Ohio State's got more change than any team out there, really, especially one that won the Natty. And that happens when you win a national championship. Teams come running, and they're going to raid you for everybody they can get. You know, Jeremiah Smith, that great wide receiver, they had to pay him $3 to $4 million to keep him. Nobody really seen anybody play like that. That dude was next level. Anyway, Julian Sayin is definitely a must-watch guy. So those are your 5 quarterbacks that everybody's going to have their eyes on in 2025, and looking forward to see what they do. A lot of pressure on all 5 of them. We'll see what happens with DJ. Hopefully for him, and I hate anybody getting injured. When we play Florida down there at the Swamp, I want him to be fully healthy. And Nico I want both teams fully healthy because I'm tired of losing down there at the Swamp. We finally got the monkey off our back, and we've beaten them 2 out of the last 3 years. But we have not beaten them in the Swamp in forever. So sick of that. Damn that Swamp.
Yes, sir. I damn thee.
That's a hard place to win. Anyway, hopefully we can finally get a victory down there and get that monkey off our back. I'm tired of it. And Florida fans love to remind you of it. Anyway, those are your 5 must-watches, and we'll see what happens with DJ. Maybe some more information will come out as we get further along in the season, and especially in the spring. And if you like this content, be sure to hit that like button. Let's me know continue to cover all these big college sports stories. If you've not subscribed, boom, 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 hit that little button right there. It won't cost you a dime. Help you get my videos. And right over here is the most recent video. YouTube thinks you'll enjoy. We'll see you next time on Sports Talk Jay.
Well, come to see a fat old man sometime. Yeah!